All right, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Rayad Rakah from the Cleveland branch of the Great Millstone, coming back with this truth. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all infinite worship and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, love, blessings, and many salutations to those elect, to the Akim scattered abroad, the four corners of the earth that preach this truth with all truth and all sincerity. Most importantly, always with charity. Uh, 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 Today, I'm about to go in, get a couple excerpts out of this book. The title of the book is When I Was a Slave. And it's edited by Norman R. Vetman. Okay, yeah. It says, When I Was a Slave, Memories from a Slave Narrative Collection. So these are excerpts and testimonies of people that were slaves, man. And everyone knows about slavery, man, unless you've been under a rock for the last 500 years. But yeah, I'm gonna get a couple excerpts out of this book, a couple precepts, and let that be that. But this so-called white man, this white race, man, they're a bunch of devils, man. A bunch of devils, man. Man, there's so much history and atrocities that happen to our people. And when I say our people, I'm talking about the Negro, Latino, Native, and Central Indian, man. Straight like that, man. So the first one I'm gonna get is no, you know what? I ain't gonna get that one. Give me 1 second. Cause I was gonna get that one, but that's ain't nothing. The first one I'm gonna get is a slave named Frank Bell. It says interview at Madisonville, Texas. Interviewer not identified. Age when interviewed 86. So I'm gonna go to the highlighted parts because I've been through this book plenty of times. I've did lessons on this book on previous channels. But hey, history never gets old, man. It just jogs back memories and makes you want to get recompense on these devils even more. But it's Frank Bell though. It says, the clothes I wore were some master's old ones. They always had holes in them. Master, he stayed drunk nearly all the time and was mean to his slave. I'm the only one he had and didn't cost him nothing. So he was a free slave. You feel me? It wasn't no $4.99 going for $3 and sold on the auction block. This was a free slave. You just gave this nigga away. So me just pulling things out of this, he must have not been a big buck. You know what I mean? A big strong guy. He must have been kind of skinny and, you feel me, wasn't up to par. So they looked at him like he wasn't worth much. That's just me speaking as a man, though. It says, I'm the only one he had and didn't cost him nothing. He had bill of slave sale made. Oh, so he had a bill of sale made. He falsified the bill of sale like he was really gotten by purchase. It says, Master kept me in chains sometimes. He shot several men. I didn't have no quarters, but stays around the place and throw old sack down and lay there and sleep. I'm afraid to run, because Master say he hunt me and kill nigger. So he told him, man, if you try to get away, nigga, I'm gonna hunt you and I'm gonna kill you. It says, when I'm about 17, I marries a gal while master on drunk spell. Master, he run her off. And I slips off at night to see her, but he finds it out. He takes a big long knife and cut her head plumb off. So he cut a slave head off, man. And you know he ain't doing this to his own people. He doing this to slaves. Cut her head off, clean off, with a knife. It says, uh, uh, it says, I slips off at night to see her, but he finds it out. He takes a big long knife and cuts her head plumb off and ties a great heavy weight to her and make me throw her in the river. He puts me in chains, and every night he come give me a whipping for a long time. That's a fucking devil for you, man. To actually decapitate another human being, like, man, we in the flesh, so of course we can do some sick things, but this is a pure evil devil, man. This is why we call these people the devil, man. And this is why it's gonna be a great recompense for the things that was done to us, man. Matter of fact, let me stop right now and grab a preset. Stop right now and grab a preset, man. Cause ain't no way you devils think that y'all just go get away with this, man. This is the book of Second Thessalonians, chapter 1, verse 6. It says, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. You see? It's a righteous thing with the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, to recompense. Re meaning back, compense is a payment. So to pay back. Then it says tribulation to those that trouble you. So when I think it was Frank Bell. So when Frank Bell gets his payback on you devils, what you think he's gonna do? Because in the kingdom of heaven, he's gonna know all the atrocities that you people did to us, man. So when you on Frank Bell plantation, what you think he's gonna do to you, man? He's gonna meditate terror, man, according to the scriptures, man. Now let's move on. Yeah, okay. This is a good one. Okay, yeah, this is a good one. Mm, yeah, okay, yeah. This one is Julia Brown. Interview at Atlanta, Georgia. Interview by Geneva Tanasil. Age when interviewed 85. I'm gonna jump to the point I got highlighted. It says it says well, actually I'm gonna start up a little bit because I see something good. I'm gonna breeze through it though. It says we wasn't allowed to go around and have pleasure as the folks does today. We had to have passes to go wherever we wanted. Now I've been to the penitentiary, the state penitentiary, and that's exactly how they do you, man. When you're in the walls, because you got in the walls and then you got camps. When you're in the walls, you're on lockdown. Ain't no going nowhere, no passes, no nothing. But when you're on on a camp, they give you passes. You know what I mean? Like you have to have a pass because if you get caught outside your dorm and you don't have a pass, they take you straight to the hole. No matter what, if you lose your past, straight to the hole. You know what I mean? So this is exactly the same system, man. And to prove it, I'm gonna read down some more. It says, it says, we had to have passes to go wherever we wanted. When we get out there was a bunch of white men called the patty rollers, the rollers, the patty rollers. This is where you get the police from today, man. The patty rollers, old slave catchers, man. The same system, man. You Jakes, man. When will you Jakes learn? You Jakes ain't gonna never learn, man. Y'all don't listen to the prophets. Y'all don't listen to the man of the Lord that's telling you, man. It says, a bunch of white men called patty rollers. They come in and see if all of us had passes. And if they found any who didn't have a pass, he was whooped. Get 50 or more lashes. And they count them lashes. If they said 100, you got 100. They was something like the Ku Klux Klan. We was afraid to tell our masters about the patty rollers because we was scared they'd whoop us again. But we was told not to tell. They'd sing a little ditty. It went something like this. Run, nigga, run. The patty rollers will get you. Run, nigga, run. You better get away. Come on, man. You fucking devils is gonna pay that price, man. Fucking devils. But then you got Israelite camps that'll teach these niggas could be saved, man. Ain't no salvation for you fucking devils, man. It says, we was afraid to go any place. Slaves was treated in most cases like cattle. A man went about the country buying up slaves like buying up cattle, the like. Now let me get a precept, man, because that just brought one into play. Now all these atrocities happen because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and even some Indians wouldn't hearken or hear to the words of your power. And when I say your power, I'm talking about your God. And I ain't talking about Allah, Buddha, JC, none of that shit. I'm talking about Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Before we was brought here to America, we wasn't calling on sweet baby Jesus, man. We ain't know nothing about no Jesus, man. The letter J was created in 1524. I forgot the man's name. I always said, but this shit got me so hot. Like I'm hot right now, man. This the book of Deuteronomy. Let me read this again because it brought something to my mind. It says, okay, like cattle. Yeah, okay, buying up slaves, yeah. Let me see something real quick. Matter of fact, let me finish reading and then I'm gonna get the precept. It says, buying up slaves like buying up cattle, the like. And he was called a speculator. Then he sell them to the highest bidder. Oh, it was a pitiful case to see children taken from their mother's breasts and mothers sold, husbands sold from wives. One woman he was to buy had a baby. And of course, the baby come before he bought her, and he wouldn't buy the baby. Said he bargained to buy the baby too, and he just wouldn't. It's the book of Deuteronomy because these curses, man. That's a curse to actually carry a child for 9 to 10 months, have that baby, and then have that baby tore out your arms to never be seen again. To actually be that baby. Just the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and is that 32? 32, yep. It says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look. and fed with a longing for them all the day long. There shall be no might in their hand. Come on, man. I'm going to jump to 41. It says, thou shalt begot sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Captivity. Another word for captivity is what? Slavery. Hardcore bondage. This is in the Holy Bible, man. The words of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, is true and they are faithful. Let me get a couple more, man. I got some highlighted. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get both of these. This is Delia Garlic. Interview in Montgomery, Alabama. Interviewed by Margaret Fowler. Age when interviewed 100 years old. Slavery days was hell. I was growed up when the war came, and I was a mother before it closed. Babies were snatched from their mother's breasts and sold to spectators. Children was separated from sisters and brothers and never saw each other again. Of course they cry. You think they not cry when they were sold like cattle? I could tell you about it all day. But even then, you couldn't guess the awfulness of it. It's bad to belong to folks that own you, soul and body, that can tie you up to a tree with your face to the tree and your arms fastening tight around it, who take a long curling whip and cut the blood every lick. Folks a mile away could hear them awful whippers. They was a terrible part of living. And if you were so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Indian, your forefathers went through this, man. And if you understand the scriptures, man, you are your forefathers. So you went through this. I went through this. We went through this, man. Man, this shit got me hot, man. Literally, man. It says, I was born at Paul Hayton, Virginia, and was the youngest of 13 children. I never see none of my brothers and sisters except Brother William. Him and my mother and me was brought and the spectators drove to Richmond to put in a warehouse with the drove of other niggers. Then we was all put on a block and sold to the highest bidder. I never seen Brother William again. I think that's Joel 3, is it? I think that's Joel 3. Yeah, yup. This is the this is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given the boy for a harlot, and sold the girl for wine that they might drink. Casting lots. You know what casting a lot is for your people? One nigger. Hey, two nigger. We got a big buff black buck. 30 cents, $7, sold to the highest bidder. That's what you call casting lots for people, man. Putting them on slave ships and auctioning blocks, man. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 6. Because, like I said, it's a recompense for that. It says, the children of Judah, which is the southern kingdom, the so called Negroid tribes, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, the so called Negroes, the so called Haitians, and the so called West Indies, and the children of Jerusalem, the northern kingdom, the so called Latino tribes, like the Puerto Ricans, the Seminole Indians, and things of that nature. It says, had he sold to the Grecians? We know who the Grecians is. That she may remove them far from their border. And that's what happened, man. We got brought all the way over here to America, man. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whether ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own heads. And that's what you're seeing. That's why we can go through this scroll from front to back, the middle, and precept to precept to precept. And the Most High gave us the understanding because this is our book. It's our heritage. We're tied to this book, man. It says, I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians and to a people far off, for the Lord has spoken it. Simple as that. So y'all recompense is coming, man. Y'all recompense is coming. Believe that. It's all throughout the Bible. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 10. It's a classic. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. But it says, he that leadeth into captivity, which is slavery, bondage, shall go into slavery or bondage. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse number 16. It says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries. What is an adversary? An enemy. Enemy, a foe. Every one of them, because our nation got enemies. When you read the scriptures, every nation outside of the nation of Israel is an enemy to our God, to our nation, to us, and still to this day. That was this white man's biggest trick, to bunch us all together and make us turn on each other, man, and not know who our real enemies is. Because you got Ray and them, you feel me, that'll shoot their hood up, shoot someone that look just like them, and won't do nothing to their true enemies. Because they've been tricked, man. But we ain't being tricked no more, man. We ain't putting hands on our own no more. We're not against our own no more. But when the Most High rise Judah up first, man, the other tribes gonna follow. And they gonna put belt to ass, man, on all you other nations, man. Starting with Esau, man. Starting with Esau Edom, the so-called white man, man. Okay, Jeremiah 30 and 16. It says, therefore all that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee Spoil is robbery, booty, like when somebody takes something from you, shall be a spoil. And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. That's all you nations, man. All y'all. Every last single one of y'all, man. Back in the book, it says, Mammy and me was sold to a man by the name of Carter, who was the sheriff of the county. So ain't no getting around it, man. The same ones uh, uh, that was to oversee the cities was against our people, just like today. That's why you think you got police ride up and down your neighborhoods, your streets. But when you go to where the pink people live at, you feel me? You might see one or two police cars strolling here and there. They ain't even pulling nobody over, man. But then you go to the hood and they jumping out on you with guns drawn. Freeze, don't move. You ain't did nothing, man. You come from school. You walking with children. You feel me? Same old, same old. These people would never change. It says, Mammy and me were sold to a man named of Carter, who was the sheriff of the county. They wasn't no good times at his house. He was a widower, and his daughter kept house for him. I nursed for her, and one day I was playing with the baby. It hurts its little hand and commenced to cry. So, so Delia hurt these people, baby, and it was an accident. As you know, it wasn't no real like pain, like he like she actually really hurt him. You feel me? She was just playing with him, and then something happened. Maybe the baby cried. It says, and she whirled on me, picked up a hot iron, and run it all down my arm and hand. It took off the flesh when she was done it. Come on, man. A hot iron, man, took the flesh off. They had they way with us, man. Literally, man. Literally a bunch of devils. Yeah. Okay, this one I was looking for too. Uh this is Mary Ella Granberry. Interview at Sheffield, Alabama. Interviewed by Levi D. Shelby Jr. Age when interviewed 90. It says the overseers was terrible, hard on us. They ride up and down the field and haste you so till you near about fell out. Sometimes and most generally, every time you behind the crowd, you got a good licking with the bullwhip that they driver had in the saddle with them. I heard Mammy say that one day they whooped poor Leah till she fall out, like she was dead. Then they rubbed salt and pepper on the blisters to make them burn real good. So they beat her, and you know when they used to beat us, man, we used to bleed and have open sores. So they poured salt and pepper in the wounds to make it burn more, man. Excruciating pain. Excruciating. It says she was so sore so she couldn't lay on her nights back at night. And she just couldn't stand for no clothes to touch her back whatsoever. Master Jim had about one of them biggest plantations in the section. I guess he had nigh unto 100 blacks at the place. I never know exactly how many there was, nor how big the place was. It was that big. The folks nowadays is always complaining about how they is having such hard times, but they just know, but they just don't know nothing. They should have come up when I did. They see now they's living like kings and queens. What no comparison to hardcore slavery, man. You niggas is somewhat free. Y'all ain't getting y'all backs whooped and beaten in, man. Like our forefathers did, like we did. What the one I'm looking at? I'm looking for. Okay, yeah, okay. This is another good one. This is Tynes Kendricks interview at Trenton, Arkansas. Interviewed by Watt McKinley. Age when interviewed 104. I'm gonna jump to this little section right here. It says, it says, when my race first got their freedom and began to leave their masters, a heap of the masters got raging mad and just tore up truck. They say they going to kill every nigger they find. Some of them did do that very thing. Boss, surely enough, I'm telling you the truth. They shot niggers down by the hundreds. They just wasn't going to let them enjoy their freedom. That is the truth, boss. Just killing our people, man. They ain't want to see us free, so they just say, man, fuck that. We gonna kill these niggas. Man, I'm gonna get one more, man. But this shit got me hot. I ain't even gonna lie. This is Ben Simpson, interview at May, Madisonville, Texas. Interviewer not identified. What? All right. Age when age when interviewed 90. It says, oh no, you know what? Damn. Salakia, because I gotta cut this short. I was only gonna get one more. But damn. All right, man. Hopefully I can get back to that book and do a little bit more uh, 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 digging and go over it one more time. But with that, I'm gonna give all praise, all honor, and all infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the elders, the elder apostles, the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, love, blessings, and many salutations to those elect. Man, you devils go pay for all the atrocities y'all did to the children of Israel. Y'all touched the apple of the Most High's eyes. And it's a recompense coming with that. And with that, Shalom and Abba Abba.